Buongiorno a tutti, and apology for speaking in English, since my Italian is very, very limited. As you said, rightly so, investment will not be successful if you don't have the right labor force that can adapt and implement and make those investments successful. I'm really privileged to be here today to address such a distinguished audience of top executive policymakers, representatives from academia, research institutions, from Italy, and from the whole Mediterranean region. But I would like to begin by warmly thanking my dear friend Valerio Domolli and the European House in Brusotti for launching the Verso Sud initiative, a great vision for southern Italy as a dynamic platform for cooperation with the southern Mediterranean region and beyond to Africa, and including the organization I'm honored to lead, which is the Union for the Mediterranean, to be part of the higher education dimension of that great initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at a pivotal moment for higher education in our region. It is marked by significant changes. Yesterday, we talked about the new pact for the Mediterranean, and including in that pact, there is a place for higher education. And I can feel during the last few months and years that there is a growing political consensus in Europe and in the southern Mediterranean region on the importance of youth and also of education for youth. It is indeed a strategic necessity, essential for equipping young people with the skills necessary to address global challenge, and most importantly, to adapt to a changing labor market. And also, it's important to foster cross-border trust and resilience, but during the past few years, and despite the enormous potential, I felt that higher education sometimes has been overlooked. This must change, and is changing as we speak. And frankly, the initiative for a Mediterranean Academy is part of that change. It holds a great promise as a hub of excellence and would be a positive step in the right direction, since it will foster strengthened collaboration between institutions from both shores of the Mediterranean. The University of Napoli, Bari, Polytechnique, the Euro-Mediterranean University of Fez, which is part of my organization ecosystem, and the prestigious New Giza University, in support, of course, of the Association of Arab Universities and the Union for the Mediterranean. Let me go back to 1995, when we launched this great framework of cooperation between Europe and the southern Mediterranean region, which is called the Barcelona process. We are this year actually celebrating the 30th anniversary of that great initiative. What was this great initiative about? It was about building an area, a Euro-Mediterranean area of peace, prosperity, and partnership. And I think higher education is an amazing tool to increase our capacity to work together in partnership to build an area of prosperity, economically speaking, and to enhance the chance of peace in the region. Actually, 1 month ago in Barcelona, the headquarters of the Union for the Mediterranean, ministries of higher education met And they decided together to identify 3 key goals for cooperation in higher education between the European Commission on one side and the country of the Southern Mediterranean on the other side. Number 1, which is extremely important, ensuring increased funding from both Europe and the Southern Mediterranean government to enable meaningful cooperation and reform in the field of higher education. They also agreed on restoring a real and a genuine sense of partnership by giving the Southern Mediterranean countries a much bigger role in the next Erasmus Plus, which I'm hoping to be transformed in the near future into an Erasmus Med, which will, of course, increase the number of students who can move from the north to the south and vice versa, and also professors and other specialists. They also were determined to encourage increased North-South university alliances and to improve academic quality and employability to ensure students can thrive in a modern and interconnected Mediterranean. Actually, early next year also, we will convene at our organization the first ever Union for the Mediterranean Ministerial Conference on Higher Education, which I hope, and I'm working to be a meaningful meeting that will deliver instead of just issuing a declaration. So back to our initiative of today, this very important initiative, the proposed Mediterranean Academy. It is, or it has, all the chances of success because it is built upon a very successful Italian model. And its extension to the Southern Mediterranean country will definitely have a great impact, because we will be able in the South to leverage the proven success of this Italian approach to enhance educational and collaborative framework of education and higher education, especially in our region. By our region, I mean the South Mediterranean region. So indeed, this initiative will allow for close collaboration between academia on one hand and industry. That's the Italian model, the successful Italian model. And this is a powerful tool to enhance the employability, because industry and higher education working together will increase the chances of employability of graduates. It will ensure also they are well prepared to meet the demands of the job market. And let's not forget that we are talking today about the jobs of the future. Today's job, or 30 or 40% of today's job, will disappear in the next 10 to 20 years. So we need to create an educational system that is adapted to the new technology and be able to prepare our young men and women for the jobs of the future. Also, this academy that we are signing, it's launching today, has a beautiful and unique governance, because it's a joint governance between both academia and industry from the north and the south, and will be addressing the needs of the economies involved. It is focused on the economy in terms of sustainability, in terms of technology, in terms of greening, in terms of renewable energy. So it will be relevant and it will be extremely responsive to the dynamic economic and labor market in our region. It will help create a generation of true Euro-Mediterranean citizens and will enhance the mobility of our young men and women, a mobility that is based on an equitable, reciprocal, and ambitious paradigm. Because academic mobility has the power to transform the Mediterranean by fostering shared experience between our youth, and most important, mutual understanding, and a sense of common destiny among our young people. And with, of course, needless to say, it will drive our economy, sparks innovation, support green and digital transition. We spoke at length this morning and yesterday about the huge potential of cooperation between north and south of the Mediterranean when it comes to renewable energy. The south is more than capable of meeting the north energy needs in the coming years. So I'm quite hopeful and very happy that our Mediterranean Academy would be a cornerstone in our shared mission to foster hope, unity, and opportunity across borders. It would be also a beacon for the younger generation, a generation that must be empowered to shape a peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable Mediterranean future. So in conclusion, dear friends and colleagues, we at the Union for the Mediterranean are thrilled to be part of this discussion in an inspiring environment towards academic excellence and intercultural dialogue in our beautiful Euro-Mediterranean region. I thank you very much.
Grazie.